Hello everyone, and welcome to another Art for Alzheimer's Care project video. This week we are going to be painting geometric patterns. So to get started, you are going to want to print these patterns that are available for free. I'll put the links down below in the description. There's 3 to choose from, and the project is fairly simple. Just choose a pattern and paint it with your watercolor paints. Now I'm going to go through the different patterns and explain why I drew them and why they are different. So this first one, as you can see, has a very flower-like shape. This is a familiar shape for the eye, which can very much help someone who has Alzheimer's. Sometimes they can struggle with abstract patterns. So having the flower as the very first thing that draws your eye into the center kind of brings in a familiarity and makes it easier to paint. So after the busyness of Christmas, I felt that having a project that was a bit more simple to do would just kind of help us gather our breath and kind of refocus. Sometimes the simplicity of art is needed in our lives. It can help us relax, it can help us refocus. It can just make us feel a bit more calm and offer a moment of reprieve from the busyness of life. I find that these kind of symmetrical and geometric patterns kind of help ground people. In nature, there is a lot of symmetry, and often in my work I try to bring nature inside. Some folks with dementia don't get the opportunities to go out as often as they may have liked to before. And just being able to have that little bit of connection with the outside world just makes a big difference in overall mental health. Okay, so there's the first pattern done. I'm going to move on to the next one. So moving on to the second geometric pattern, you'll see that this one can offer more of a challenge to someone. It is slightly more abstract. The center still looks like the inside of a flower. It reminds me of an apple flower. But the lines are more thick and thin, which offer more of a challenge, and there's a variation between the triangular shapes and then the circular shapes on the outside, eventually forming teardrops. Overall, it is a more busy looking pattern, and for someone who may be further along in their dementia, this one could be too confusing for them. For folks who have recently been diagnosed, this one would be perfectly okay. And now I'm going to move on to this third pattern. So you'll notice with the third pattern that the lines are thicker and that there are more circular shapes involved. Circular shapes are quite familiar to the eye and easy to paint in. You also notice that the areas to paint in are larger than in the last pattern. So for someone who is further along with dementia, this one may be the easiest to paint. If you think that your loved one might be incapable of painting in this one, that's okay. Oftentimes I find that folks will enjoy just sitting with me and watching me paint the pattern and helping me choose the colors and helping me choose where to put the colors. Okay, and that's the last pattern done. Okay, so here are the 3 patterns again. Starting with the flower, and then one that's fairly simple in design, and then another that is more complex. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe so that you can see other videos like this one. Have a great day.